I say, because you keep on smacking your lips.
Morning, 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 afternoon. As like I'm doing both morning and afternoon because I know some of you are in different places, but we ready to get started this morning. It looks like I got a couple of you on out here. I see Dolly, I see Angela, Betty Bush. Yes. Yep, that's a good start to the day, most definitely. Everybody saying hello to everybody. We got our so well we chat about these skits because we're gonna be chatting about today. Oh my god, did y'all see my yeah, I see some people are taking the toll the poll. Yeah, because I'm thinking, are we going to see? Hey Betty, but thank you for the 10 jewels. Thank you. Hey Magnolia, afternoon. Hey Vanetta. Like, yeah, we get ready to get started. So your favorite couple not here, but this is a new favorite couple. At least they're giving us something else to chew on. I don't mind. Sorry, 1 second, y'all. What you say? My car is never loud. I'm sorry, telling all my business, right? My car is never locked, but it's in the garage, so I don't lock the car in the garage because I don't. Well, yeah, I do lock the garage door at night. But hey, Magnolia, thank you for the 30 jewels. Also, we starting off good this morning. Carla, good hello, afternoon, good morning, Vanetta. Who else we got out here? Juanita. See somebody saying hello to Juanita. Fernanda. Hello. Hey. All right. So we're going to get started, guys. So basically, what's happening is this morning, yesterday, we won in what they call a chokehold with Dan and Lauren because he was over there at Lauren. Now he went to Wayne's house. I don't. Well, she knew that he knows where Wayne lives because he sent her a picture of Wayne's house, so she knew. And now he's over at Wayne's house. She was getting ready to try to lie, and Wayne was like, pull up, and why I don't hear that motor running. Wayne cracked me up. He's like, I don't hear the motor running. Pull up now. And you can't blame Wayne because you got this big old man at your house telling my Lauren is his. And Lauren said yesterday that she don't know nothing about this man, that she wasn't messing with nobody. You were. You were. And you know he's possessive of you. Even if you call yourself not messing with him, you know what kind of man that is that you was messing with. And you was scamming. Now, what I want to know is the scamming going to come out? Is he going to tell? Well, all he got to do is tell Wayne one thing. Tell him, watch out when she tell you her mama's sick, because her mama not sick. So all he got to do is tell him that, because she already floated that idea out there to Wayne about I'm going through so much with my mother. Nope. We're not having that. See, rain away about the rain around his backyard. I am so surprised. I seen him that he was recording something, but I'm so surprised that Arby hadn't made it over there yet. And then his two other brothers, I don't know if they're right in Atlanta, but I know Arby's, right there. Like, I'm surprised that Arby hadn't made it over there yet, because that would have been the first one. Like, RB, come on. Somebody might, somebody had to pull up with me, with this big dude. I'm surprised he handling it by himself. He wrote this script, because ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Oh Lord. Angela said Lauren is the type of person who makes trouble and hide her hand. Yeah, she gonna try to on this one. That man said Lauren is my sheep. And Vanetta said he's going to tell Dan to take Lauren. He should. Like, Wayne he doesn't seem like the type that's gonna be fighting for a woman or worrying about somebody else come pulling up on him about their women, because he got too many choices. Way too many. Vanetta says, I think he will tell all before he's handcuffed. He might. Dolly saying Angela, Wayne's children live there sometimes, and that's his private residence, and we take that serious. Yeah, you do, because you don't know if his kids are there or not. And hey, Internet, she said, I believe Wayne has finally cut ties with Lauren and tell her to leave his apartment. You think he's gonna go that far? He might not kick her out the apartment just yet, but she probably need to go back to Delicia's. And Magnolia saying that's right. Lauren knew in advance that Dane was dangerous from Stephanie's people, the ex, and the restaurant, and Mr. Big. So I don't feel sorry for. Oh no, I don't feel sorry for her at all, because she walked into that with her eyes wide open, and that's what happens. I can't say that's what you get, but I can say that's what happens when you do things like that. Those are the consequences. Oh, so things got real when Dan turned up to his house, and that was putting his children at risk. Yeah, it put Wayne at risk. Like, how you going? I'm a celebrity, and you pulling up to my house like this. I don't know what you might do to me. I have no idea. And since the man wasn't grabbing at him right away, I guess Wayne's like, okay, maybe I can handle this without calling the cops, because he's like, I already dialed the 9 and the 1. I just need that last one, and we're ready. And Dolly says, Angela, I had a situation with the unwanted person on my property and had to take actions. Yeah. That is real dangerous, especially if they know where you live at and they come into your house. That's just wild. Let me do something. I'm sorry, because they just left this house. My daughter got a bad habit of not locking the door. Okay, it's locking. I'm sorry. But she got a bad habit. She don't like using a key no more. I got them spoiled with these electronic locks, and she didn't lock the door. But I need to lock the door from where I am. Again, we talking about somebody coming up to your house, and you just never know. Angela says the problem with Lauren is she's too selfish. Too selfish. Dan told her he would hurt Wayne's children, and she still never told the truth. No, because she's still trying to get some money from Ida Wayne. She doesn't want to give up on her goal to get into Wayne's pockets. So I think she thinks, oh, if I start playing the damsel in distress, that he will help me and I'll be able to get some money that way. And that's why Delicia looked at her the other and like, really? Real, this is what we're doing. Dolly says Lauren's not seeing the seriousness of her behavior. She should. Vanetta, she went right back to her scam operation. She did. Talking about I got so much going on, and with my family and with my mother. Ain't nothing wrong with your mother. Your mother is fine. And you keep lying on your mother, one day something's going to happen to your mother, and you're not going to be able to get anybody to help you because you used everybody up talking about your mother. Yeah, Angela said, yes, darling. Vanetta says he could hurt his kids. Yeah, that's a big man. And Carla says Lauren is driving to Wayne's house shaking like Donna. No, she's not shaking. She's driving. She is a person like Lauren. She's thinking of what lie can she tell. That's what she's thinking. She's trying to figure out right now what lie can she tell and what angle will get her out of this, and try to see if and trying to make sure that Dan is not going to say too much. That's what she's going to do. That's what she's doing. Cause she not trying to get out of the what's the name? I bet she ain't even called Delicia. She probably hasn't called her at all. Magnolia said Lauren loves Dan. That's the weird part about all of this. It seems like it, don't it? Because he should have been in jail yesterday. He would still be in there. If she would have got him arrested, he would still be in jail right now. He wouldn't have gotten out this quick, especially in Fulton County. He wasn't going home right away. Magnolia said, hit that like button. And Vanetta says, he threatened Wayne on his own porch. Yes. Yes. Said 9 likes and 21 watching. Okay, guys, let's catch up. At 21, some of you have not hit that button. Let's go ahead. Let's catch the likes to the watchings. And if you're just sitting in the bushes and don't want to chat, that's okay. Just hit that like button anyway. Just for being able to take a seat. Oh Lord, Angela says Magnolia. I agree. I believe Lawrence has a soft spot for Dan. She does. That's why she don't. I think she. Somebody said yesterday that like he's her backup plan, and I'm like almost. I'm saying no, 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 but maybe he is her backup plan. If all else fails, the she'll go back to him. Maybe she likes the toxicity. I don't know. Maybe she likes that. And maybe nobody has ever like fought for her, or nobody has ever like expressed their love and devotion to her. Y'all think that's it? Because maybe that's what she likes about him. That he's not playing about her, that he crazy about her. And he'll do almost anything for her. I wonder if that's part of it, because you shouldn't be. Um, Angela says, Magnolia, I agree. Believe Lauren. Okay, yeah, I did read that one already. Dolly says, Lauren should never accept anything from Dan if she wasn't interested in him, because people don't play when they give people things. Yeah. And Angela said, I think because Wayne is a tiny, Dan trying to scare him. Y'all leave little tiny Wayne alone. As Magnolia calls him the underweight wizard. Leave him alone. We know Wayne tiny, but he over there with that phone, and he got the. I thought he was recording Dan, and he might be recording Dan also, but I thought he was recording him. I was like, go ahead on Wayne, record that man. He's standing on your porch. If anything happens, you got a recording. But Dan says she is mine. Like you got all this other stuff. I just need that one right there. Vanetta says she don't care about her own mom's safety. No, she doesn't. She really doesn't. She don't care about nobody. Hey, Sandra Lee. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. She says this is a lesson for Wayne also. He should be more cautious about the women he brings to his world. He didn't know Lauren or anything about her background. That's true also. And you got her straight up in your house. You got to know that, there's some women that you take to the condo and don't let them to you at your house around where your children lay their head. They tell women to be careful about all that. So, men, you have to be careful too. It's like, don't be bringing them women to your house. That's why they got hotels. Take them to the hotel. That way they don't know where you live. Because you can get some women that are just as crazy as Dan. And they start appearing up or you breaking up with them and they come into your doorstep. Angela says Lauren gets too much money from men. She should have had something going for herself. She should have retired from scamming. You can't retire if you haven't never saved the money. She gets it and she spends it. She spends it like she's earning it, like she's getting a paycheck. And I guess that is her paycheck. Dolly says, my unwanted person had no connection to me. They were connected to someone else and trying to involve me. That's why it can get serious. Yes, most definitely. And that's really, they're at your house for somebody else. That's just, yeah, that's a lot. And putting you in the middle. Hey Bree, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And she says Wayne sure know how to move a storyline when he wants to. He will break up with Lauren just in time for the LA trip. Watch, he start dating Evelyn. Bree, we didn't even bring that up. Yeah, he moving that storyline along, ain't he? He's like, oh no, Lauren, I can't have nothing to do. I wonder if he does break up with if he gonna take her off the podcast. He need to take off the podcast also. Because if he doesn't, then Dan will be in the stuff with the podcast. He'll be in the comments or wherever for the podcast. They're gonna have to put a real restraining order out on Dan. Angela saying morning to Bree. Dolly says 26 likes, 12 watching. Okay. We got some more up there, Dolly. Look like there's 33 watching right now. So let's catch up, guys. Angela said beat Bree. That's right. He moving this one on out. And Vanetta said, that's it, Miss B. Wayne, not stupid. He just crazy. Like, man. Dolly said, I'm with Wayne on this one if he takes legal action. Yeah. He has to. Being a celebrity, you kind of have to. And Wayne needs some more security. He definitely needs security. I'm sure he got security around his house because I think he has a gate that locks or something. But Keisha's saying, hey, happy Sunday to everybody. Hey, Keisha, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I think he does have security. He doesn't have DC. Well, DC was his road security, but he needs some security at the house. I know his brothers are there a lot, and one or two of them are his security. But yeah, I'm surprised we don't see them right now. And Bree says, Angela Wayne got the next woman lined up. Don't he go to LA on the 27th? Yeah, I think so. So he lined up. He might play with Denisha for a second, so he can end that storyline. End that right quick. Angela says, "Yes, I agree. Dan is Lauren's backup. That's why she don't want to lock him up. Yeah, he gotta be, which is sick. That's just sick because he needs to be locked up." So everybody's saying hello to everybody. And Angela says, Bree, remember he broke up with Tamara to get back with Amber. Yeah. See, he should have kept Tamara at the house. And that little vegan breakfast was, is it worth it, Wayne? That cooking woman, is she worth it? Is she worth all the trouble? She didn't cook every day. Now she made you one little vegan breakfast and she was smiling at you and got a big booty. Is it worth it? It's like what they said, don't trust the big butt and the smile. She poison. She poison. That's poison. Dolly says the way Lauren's getting Dan's attention is unhealthy. Yeah. Is speaking. And Bree says, Angela, yep. If you pay attention, you know the attention of Wayne's, the attention of Wayne's move. Yeah, he ready. And Wayne said, "I'm done with you." Thanks. Oh, Max, to you. Thank you for the 10 jewels. I appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by. I've never seen your name in the chat. So I'm not sure if you're new to the channel, but welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here on Saturdays and Sundays during this time. And I would love for you to join us and to go ahead and join the channel. Most definitely say everybody. And of course, they're going to welcome you, Max. And Magnolia says Wayne said he's recording the conversation with his other phone. It's like, yeah, he should be. Brian saying his intent. Everybody saying welcome to Max. Somebody else is speaking there. Max said he did tell Wayne he was recording. Yep, he was recording Dan. Yep. Angela says Wayne don't take no time to know any women. He just moves with his money. It's always to have a call of money. You know something though, I think, but most of the women that we've seen him with are women that are like within a circle, like the kind of circle that they're all in, like your Amber, um Erica. She was in that circle. She was a friend of Eric, of Sarah's, who had been Wayne's time assistant and all that. A lot of them are within the circle. So it's not like he's going out. Lauren is somebody who comes from someplace else, and her and Delicia just, all of a sudden pop up. You don't really know anything about those women and what they're doing. So he should have did a little background on Lauren. All he had to do was inquire in Miami about Lauren, and he would have found out that she was what they call a finessa. That's who she is, and he would have just left her. He might have been intrigued by her, but he could have left her alone. And Bree says, "What do y'all think is next on Wayne's roster? Evelyn, Honeypot, or Denisha?" That seems like it's a buffet for Wayne. Oh my God. It's like that seems like it's the Wayne buffet, I tell you. I don't know. Y'all go ahead. I could have put that in a let me see if I can't close this poll. Me and these polls. Okay, in that poll. So it was 94% saying, yeah, they think that Wayne, it's over for Lauren. Okay, let me see this one. Who y'all gonna say? Let me see. This one only gives a yes or a no. Who we got? Evelyn. Evelyn. Honey Pot. All right, there it goes. So who y'all think would be? I started the new one. Who y'all think would be? Who people think would be next up? One of these women. And let's see. Hey Tyrone, I see you, and Del Marie. Y'all on the other side. My other thing where I got it in the YouTube side. Oh, Vanetta, you said you think he called Arby. I hope so. Dollar said thanks for Angela says Denisha Bree, he's just scut. He's waiting on Denisha. You think he might have to work on her a little bit because that means he'd have to end that relationship with Anthony. So that one might be a little bit. Oh, there's a new skit when Lauren goes off on Dan. So don't be coming over there going off on Dan. On mine, I don't see it yet. Okay, I guess it's gonna come up in a second. So Tamara's ex is a whole gangster, and she never brought this type of drama to Dwayne's doorstep. No, she didn't ever. But you know, her and her ex were over by the time she got over there. Now they met each other, but it was really nothing going on. And Max is saying his baby mamas have told him that he brings all these women around their kids and he shouldn't be doing it. I hope at least one of them points that out to him if they find out. But yeah, he's bringing, and I don't think Lauren has seen any of his kids yet because they haven't shown us her seeing any of those children. Because I don't think they would like, the boys would love her, but I don't think any of the girls would like her. And Vanetta said, "No, Miss B, the apartment. You think he should take her to the apartment? Take him to that, but he don't always have that apartment. But he does have that condo. So it would be, I would take him to the condo because he doesn't have to go to that condo. He doesn't have to go to the apartment either. But Angela said Tamara was a good girl. Yeah. Hey, Sunshine, how you doing afternoon, if I say. And Betty said, Shayla loves coming to men's doorsteps. Yes, she does. And she didn't go over Iman's as much as I thought she would. And I think it may have been because a lot of times his kids are there and she doesn't know when the kids are there. So she even had enough respect not to be just showing up on that man's doorstep uninvited. And Dolly said, there's a point where you have to take legal matters. Yeah. Sandra saying hello to everybody. And Angela said, but from Lauren going to Wayne's house, I never saw kids at the house. Me either. We had 33 likes and 23 were watching. Alexis, hey Alexis, she's speaking to everybody. And Angela said, did Dan? Oh, okay. Got it. Let's see here. Sorry. I'm trying to get it so I can show it to you guys. Oops. That's dumb. Look at her looking all. One second. Let me get it together now. I'm going to get it. I will get it. It takes a minute sometimes for me to pull it all together. There we go. Yep, that's it. All right.
I'm so sorry. Lauren. Hey, this man came to my house. I know. I got kids, man. Wayne, I am so sorry.
What you apologizing to him for? You should be apologizing to me. What you talking about?
Dan. Hey, Dan what? Dan, chill, bro. You don't talk no female.
Nah, bro. Listen, you ain't got nothing to do with this.
But
you ain't got nothing to do with this.
At the end of the day, you don't talk no female like that, though. I'm saying at the end of the day.
Well, what's going on here? Why you taking I already told you about my sheep, bro.
Man, hey, bro.
I'm just saying.
Man, what? I'm saying at the end of the day,
that's mine, bro. Hey, man, Lauren, what's going on? What's going on?
You gotta get from in front of my house, bro.
Well, I ain't going. I can't for her, bro.
House, man. I'm gonna ask you.
I ain't leaving without her,
hey, man.
I'm sorry, I know.
I'm just saying, I ain't leaving without. That's why I
came here. Try to finesse.
Maybe you don't know what was going on. I came to enlighten you.
I'm gonna enlighten you though, bro. At the end of the day, you can't talk to no female like that. So if you ready,
bro, you don't tell me what to do, bro. You don't tell me how to talk to her, bro. That's mine.
I ain't gonna go to jail then.
It's whatever,
go
bro.
Ahead, please. I'm talking about pitch me. I swear to God,
bro. I don't think you want that smoke, bro.
I'm
just saying.
Oh Lord, Aubrey must be coming around the corner. Cause Wayne done put his fist up. Aubrey, somebody must be around the corner. And he sees him. Maybe Mike is there. Somebody bigger, much bigger than Wayne.
I'm just saying, I already lost everything.
I think you should.
I ain't got nothing else to lose. I'm just saying.
I got a lot to lose.
I respect you.
You got some time to lose.
I respect. But my time already lost.
Brother, a fingernail touch me, you going to jail.
Dan, I think you should just walk away. Seriously, please.
So whatever, bro. At the end of the day.
I didn't think you was the kind to call police.
Oh, you ain't think that? Well, you gonna find out today. Touch me. Touch me. I already, man.
Bro, I really don't care. It ain't even about you right now. Now, let's not even deviate from what's going on. Let's talk about
what's the
Lauren.
problem, man?
That's why she's my problem. That's why.
But obviously, whatever y'all got going on, do you still deal with him?
No, I don't. I do not deal with you.
Girl, stop playing with me.
I do not.
First you told me you wasn't dealing with Wayne.
Watch out, bro.
First you told me you wasn't dealing with Wayne.
Hey, man.
I'm just saying.
Hey, man, get out my property, bro.
I'm not going nowhere.
Hey, man, get out my property, bro.
I'm just saying, is she worth that to you?
Just get out my property, bro.
I'm just saying, she really worth that to you? You ready to risk it all?
Just leave.
Wait. When you got everything, you get whatever woman you want, but this mine.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. Whatever the best thing for you to do is get out my property, bro. I respect you. But you moving your hands and all that in a man's face, man, that ain't respect, bro. And don't come on my property talking to me like this. If she don't want you, let that be.
Bruh, I'm trying to be respectful.
All right, man.
I'm trying to be respectful.
Step up that, baby.
I'm trying to be respectful.
No.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey, man. Hey, chill, bro.
Lauren.
Hey, chill,
Lauren.
Man. Hey, chill, bro.
You really want to take it there,
hey,
Lauren?
Man, chill, bro. Hey, chill.
Hey, man, Lauren, I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm not going nowhere.
Hey, bro.
Lauren.
Hey, man. Hey, ride out.
You didn't even come in the house?
Ride out.
So what you doing?
Hey, man.
So what's really going on?
Ride out, bro.
What's really going on?
Ride out, bro.
I'm not going nowhere.
Man, ride out, bro.
Ride out where?
Man,
leave.
Who got?
Hey, I got cameras all around here too, bro. You could be
going Oh, Dan, you giving us what we want. You giving us what we wanted. He's giving us what we wanted. We asked for it, and Dan said, "Here y'all go." They're giving it. Wayne, you better leave her alone, because if she finesse you out some money, then I'm going to say at that point you get what you deserve. I won't say it to her, but I sure enough say it about you. Angela said, did Dan climb the gate and come in? I don't know how he got in there, but he got in there. That is for sure. Vanetta said those Chanel bags and shoes weren't worth it. Yeah. He said he will meet Evelyn. Yeah, it's like those Chanel bags, that watch, none of that stuff is worth it. Even the 40 that I think he gave her 80,000. And I had miscounted because I was thinking he gave her only like the total was about 100,000. I think it was over $100,000 worth of money and items, because the watch is close to like 80,000. He gave her 40,000 twice. And then all those bags and shoes. Yeah, he put some money into her. He put his he gave her as much money and items as Anthony's trying to give Amber with 3 years of marriage. It's about the same, about 200,000. It's about the same. That was just funny to me, because I was like, Anthony trying to get away that cheap himself. Oh God. Dolly says, right, Vanetta, there's nothing material or worth your safety. It's not. I don't know why she put herself in that position. I just think that she thinks that this one, she didn't think that this would be the one that would take her to task. Because she knew what he was about, but it was almost like he's a challenge to her. That I'm not gonna stop, because he's a challenge. So I'm just gonna keep going and keep going. So when your friend said that you need to leave him alone, and she would never leave him alone, I don't get it. Sandra says, I hope Wayne finds out that Delisa was aware of all of Lauren's deceitful ways, and Delisa is a culprit in this mess and needs to be exposed as well. Yeah, because I almost feel like they're working together to try to scam Wayne. I think they're working together. Vanetta said he is responsible for the lives of the women on the podcast. Yeah, he is. As long as if they sign that contract, and Lauren hasn't signed that contract yet, so he can just rescind it and like, no, I don't want you on it. Angela says, Vanetta, but Wayne might be jumping out of the frying pot into the fire, because Evelyn's family look like they not on the up and up. Yeah, her brothers look like they gangbangers for real. And Carla says this is Wayne's karma for mistreating women in this passage. Good point. Good point. Alexis said Dwayne is serious. I was thinking that maybe Arby or somebody would like right around the corner, right around the side of the gate or something, right around the corner, and he'd have balled up his fist. He know he was not gonna hit Dan, because that little fist would not have done any damage to Dan. Dan would have stood there and laughed at him, and when Dan hit him, he would have been back up them stairs. Now that would have been funny. Like Wayne, we would say that's your karma if Dan hit you and you flew up the stairs. We would be like, yep, give us your acting ability. Dolly says, right, Miss B, that vegan breakfast wasn't worth the drama. I'm sure it was not. Okay, we have 37 likes and 27 were watching. We keep going up and down, which I say is a good thing. Stop by if you don't like it. Just give us the like, but you can stop anyway. Vanetta says, I agree, Angela. He might still be for a while after this or back with Honey Pie. He gonna be with somebody. Wayne does not like to be alone. And hey Hope, thanks for stopping by. I said now serving Wayne, Lauren, and Dan, the man with the plan. Wayne had his fist balled up. And Dan wasn't a bit more worried. He's not a bit more worried about, hey, Del Marie. He wasn't a bit more worried. Dan wasn't a bit more worried about Wayne's fist because he know that fist was not going to do nothing to him. Dolly said Wayne's gathering info like I did. It's warranted on his property. Yeah, now he really should. I mean, he'll have that, but he will also, and I'm sure he's going to force Lauren to give him Dan's information because he has to put out some type of restraining order on Dan, and he needs to get one on Lauren and get her out of his house. She back there, oh, I'm scared. Like, if you don't get that man, everybody's saying hello. And Vanetta saying this might be a life-changing moment for him. For Wayne, man, please, I don't believe that it's going to change Wayne at all. He can still be Wayne. And people are still saying hello. Tyrone said hello. Carla, you think to go up Amber trying to get Amber back? I hope not. We don't want him trying to get Amber back. We don't need that. We don't need that drama. I'll be trying to cut Dave out. You're already trying to make some money with Dave. What you gonna sneak Dave to? You gonna and try to get his woman. Sandra says King and Iman knows who Lauren really is. They both have called her out. Delicia has the same mindset as Lauren. She just tries to hide it and pretends to have class. King wised up and got out. That is the truth. They do. They both know who she is, and they both told Delicia not to be hanging around with Lauren. And yeah. But Delicia won't listen because that's her girl. That's her girl. Well, your girl gonna get you. Both of y'all gonna be off that podcast with no opportunities, as y'all call it. Dolly says we got 33 watching and 29 likes. Come on, y'all. Did you take your likes away when you left? Because we were on the other side before. Please don't take your likes away. Del Marie says Amber is done with Wayne. He may try, but it will not happen. I hope not. Oh, Angela, you were telling us that Lauren had reached Wayne's house. Alexa says Lauren and Delisi are going to have two problems named Dan and Tamara. Yeah. Yeah, Magnolia. Yeah, we seen that. But she really didn't go off on Dan. I don't know why they built that up. Lauren didn't go off on Dan. That was Wayne trying to hold Dan off. That's what that was. Because she ain't say nothing to, she barely said anything to Dan. Because she couldn't. If she would have said too much to him, he would he would expose, I think he would expose her. And she didn't want to say too much because he would expose her. He said Wayne's protecting Lauren. Yeah, he was, but he's protecting his vegan cook. Well, I think he was more protecting her because she's a woman than anything, and she's at his house. But I know he's gonna ask her the um the true story, and she's gonna lie. She will lie. But see, if you take Dan to court and get their restraining order out on him or take him to court, and Dan has to go tell a judge or somebody what's going on, and he start telling what's happening for real, Wayne will see, man, I wish you would have told that when you was on my porch, my porch. Yeah, he told her to go in the house. But Lauren should know going in the house around Dan is dangerous. Because they was going in the house and Dan was he was getting ready to go in the house with them. He's gonna push his way right in that house. Now that would have been like a tad bit too much, but Wayne, you need to be scared in your own house. Long as the kids ain't there, you good. Angela says Dan said he ain't leaving without Lauren. And Magnolia said Lauren didn't go off. No, she didn't. That title was totally misleading. That was clickbait. Because that was like she ain't said nothing to that man. But I'm not with you. Okay. That ain't going off. And Angela said to how Dan behaving, I know Wayne would not let Lauren leave with him. Of course not. And Angela says Magnolia Lauren was hiding behind Wayne. Yeah, she was. Just like she was hiding behind Delicia. See, the women with all that mouth, they can't fight or stand up for themselves. She's in Shayla #2, got a lot of mouth. And Tyrone says, Magnolia, she ran into the house. She did. Shayla #2. Dolly says Dan should just tell Wayne how Lauren took his bags, money, and watch from him. Magnolia says Buddy and Wayne's relationship might come to an end behind Dave and the business deals he can bring to Wayne. That will open up the door to lobster creeping with Wayne. Well, that might, but well, yeah, because if Dave can bring Wayne some business deals, and Anthony has dried up, he can go out there and find another realtor to start finding them properties, because that's what Rose's role was. But I guess he needs to teach lobster roll how to go and how to look for properties and help find them good deals. She's a smart girl. She knows how to do everything. So teach her how to do it so that y'all can earn some money. And then give her a piece of the money. Then that way she don't have to just depend on your little money, but Anthony wants her to depend on his money. Dolly says Lawrence throw a rock and hide behind it like she's hiding behind Ray. Of course, somebody said earlier that's what kind she is. Throw a rock and hide her hand. And Angela says, Jane, just call the police. You can't manage it. They trying. They trying. And Magnolia speaking to Tyrone, as she said, and she did. Dolly says, I'll never condone what Dan is doing by going to Wayne's house. No, he's wrong. I mean, he's wrong for going to Wayne's house, but he went there to tell Wayne he's being threatening now. He could have just told them about Wayne, about Lauren and whatever and just left. But now he's becoming more of a menace and like, yeah, you got to go to jail. But he doesn't care. He's at the point where he doesn't care. And also, I blame partially Lauren because she knows that he's a loose cannon at this point and he can't be stopped with, just go away. Because he knows where she works, he knows where the other place that she lives. So he will follow you around the city. You don't know what kind of car he's in still. He's going to follow you around. And that you're in danger at that point. And then you putting Wayne in danger and his children and his family that comes to his house, his employees or whoever. So I kind of blame Lauren for part of it because she should have got him locked up. And all she has to do is tell Wayne, I have a restraining order on him. I can make one phone call and get him locked up. But is she going to tell Wayne that? No, because Wayne might force her to do it. And I don't think she want to do it. Angela saying Lauren should tell Wayne about her. I just said it and I hadn't even read your I hadn't even read your comment. She should. But in these skits, they never tell the right thing. They always go around the bend. Hey, Trap Star. Thanks for coming in today. Angela says, Dan want to go to the house too. Go in the house too. Yeah, he does. He want to see how Wayne living. And Dolly says, Lauren needs to be taught a lesson, but not by putting Wayne's children and Wayne at risk. Yeah. Well, Wayne wrote this mess. So he let him deal with it how he dealing with it. Show us how to deal with it, Wayne, because you wrote this mess. We ain't write this mess. We would have wrote it, but we would have written it a little bit different to where your children would never, be at risk. And Angela says Wayne should press the panic button. Does he have one? Trapstar said, regardless of what's going on, no person is another person's property. Dan has lost his mind, and Lauren brought the chaos on herself. Yes, she did. Sandra said Wayne is standing his ground and keeping Dan from Lauren. Dan is keeping Dan from Lauren. Dan is keeping himself from Lauren because he could just pick Wayne up and move him to the side just like you do a little child and get at Lauren if he wants to. Dan is already strong. He just looks strong. And somebody like that's already looking strong and then he's angry also. He get that super strength. he could just pick that man up and move him on over to the side. Now, Dan may not because of Wayne's celebrity status. So that might be kind of holding him back a little bit. But then I think he would go there. They won't write it like that. But Wayne would go, Dan could go there against Wayne and there'd be no problem. I thought somebody was coming up to save Wayne. That's why he gonna ball up his fist. I was like, man, put that fist away. And Dolly says, Dan wrong for saying you want me to come in the house because he's taking it too far. Well, and Dolly said, Wayne is standing 10 toes down. He trying. Tyrone said, Wayne's property can't be gated. Everyone comes in when they get ready. I don't know why I thought that like he does have a gate, but I don't know where the gate is. Maybe the gate is for driving up and not for walk ups. But he needs to get a gate, an invisible fence or something. He needs to get something out there. And Dolly says we have 37 watching, 30 likes, so let's catch up. Nella says she's going to tell Wayne more lies. She will. She's not going to tell the truth. Truth is not in her. Angela says, but Lauren gave Dan back the 40,000, and Dan said he want her not taking the money back. Yeah, he didn't want that money. See, Lauren he gave her 40,000 twice. He gave her 40,000 when we first seen Lauren, when they were at Delicia's house. He had given her money then already. And then she doubled back and asked him for another 40. So he gave it to her twice. The second 40, she tried to give it back to him, and he was like, no, I'm not taking it back. But it's not about the money. It wasn't about the money for him. And then she kept taking the gift. Okay, 1 second, excuse me. Then although she tried to give that money back, even after that, he kept bringing gifts and she kept taking them. Now, if she would have just kept denying those gifts and telling him to, leave her alone, she doesn't want to be bothered, the whole thing, then she wouldn't be in this place now. But she wanted the gifts. After she tried, he didn't take the money back. She's like, oh, well, he's a sucker. I'm just going to keep using him for as long as I can. And that's her fault. And then when she found out about his background, she still decided that she was going to keep accepting gifts. Like, oh, well, this is the last one. This is the last one. And then he pulled out that watch. Yeah, that was the last one. All right. Because he broke now. Yeah, used up all his little money. And Trap Star says Dan and Lauren are the perfect example of two people scamming, colluding. Yeah. And Dolly says Lauren should have come clean and stopped lying. But you know what, though? When she just put that word up there, scam, colluding, y'all think they're working together? You think they're working together. And so this is me. I'm doing a plot twist. Plot twist. You think Dan and Lauren are working together to scam Wayne out of some money. Because she's up there now. She's trying to scam him. She was trying to get that 30,000, or she's trying to get 40,000 a month, trying to match what Tamara was getting. But You think her and Dan working together and she'll get some of the scam money and then he gets some of the scam money? And in order to kind of push it along, Dan had to come out of the bushes and put some pressure on it so that Wayne could know that she's in danger, that she got this man out here that's trying to hurt her. And when she starts asking for money, then that he'll be more receptive on giving it to her. Y'all think that? That just came across my mind. I'm just like, are they working together? And they could be. And Trapstar said, I'm shocked nobody's calling the police. They claim they don't call the police on each other. Not calling the police on another black man. Child, the black man be at with I don't know what county Wayne lives in, but whatever county he's in, he'd be in that county jail. Dolly saying Lauren's lies are causing Wayne unnecessary drama. But maybe he should be having unnecessary drama. Is this his karma? And Lauren did say the other day when Delicia, she said something about, when she was telling her about even continuing with her plan, and Lauren talking about the plan is still the plan. And Delicia said something, and then Lauren said, well, I'll be his karma. I don't know. She might be working with old Danny Boy. Because together they would definitely be Wayne's karma. And Vanetta, he gave her money at Delicia's house. Yeah, he did. And Tyrone says, Angela, she tried and he wouldn't take it back. The Trapstar says she showed up in the snakeskin dress. Yes, yes. The symbolism, snake, the snake. Yep. And Vanetta saying Wayne don't like drama. No, Wayne like to, you don't want to be involved in all that. Angela says every time Lauren wanted to break up with Dan, he buy her a Chanel bag, that gold watch, but Lauren was too greedy to say no. And Dan knows Lauren's weakness is gifts. Yeah. See, and he can't give her gifts anymore because he's broke. Dolly says, Dan's bringing the action today. Yes, he is. He yesterday and today. Like, okay, Dan, we get a rest from all the other shenanigans of a non-divorce, and you giving us some action. At least we have something to keep us interested all day. Angela said, yes, Tyrone. But I think that Dan and Lauren have really up their acting skills, especially Dan, because Dan is doing a great job doing this crazy man right here. He's doing a great job. I didn't think he acted very good when they first started, but Dan is doing it. He's acting. I don't know if he ever acted before or what, but I feel like he was doing a great job acting. Y'all know something, I ain't even put my little food up. Okay, there we go. I was like, where is it? Chris is saying, happy Sunday. Miss being everyone. Thanks, Chris. Hey, happy Sunday. Thanks for stopping by. I just had to put the food up. The fruit calms me down and makes me think healthy. Trackstar says, Dolly, right? Dan is wrong for trying to come in somebody's house. Yeah, he's wrong, but Dan said if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. He in love with Lauren. And Vanetta says he knows Delisi and Lauren are girls. Dolly says designer bags and shoes, 80,000 a watch isn't worth the drama. Nope. But for some people, they thrive on drama. And Lauren seems to be one that kind of thrives on the drama a little bit. She likes is it the thrill of and I had the word in my mind. She likes the thrill of the scam. She likes that thrill. She must get a thrill out of it. There's something that she's getting out of it when she's scamming somebody. And she likes to live dangerous because somebody like that has to live dangerous because you never know what that other person may try to do to you. And she likes to live on the edge. It seems as though that's her personality type. And it's not Wayne's, but it's hers. Hey Nancy, how are you? Thanks for stopping in. So Wayne need karma. This is good for him. Yeah. If this is his only karma, he's gonna get it because Dan is not gonna back down just yet. It's gonna take some muscle to get Dan to back down. I need some more men out there. Angela says, I want Wayne to find someone to occupy his time so he leave Amber and Dave and to enjoy each other. You know he's not leaving them alone. It's like, okay, so Amber and Anthony the Daltons were his flagship. So it had to come to an end. And now Amber and Dave are going to be his flagships. So he has to have his hand in their relationship because that's his flagship now. He's not going to and the way they painted them and how they met and how they fell in love, all of that is a love story to get all of us ladies all invested because a woman loves we love a love story. And it starts off as this beautiful love story and ain't no telling where this one is going to end. But he pulls us in with the love story. Wayne know what he's doing. Believe it or not, although we think of Wayne as a joker and all that, he knows what he's doing. He knows the formula that keeps us coming back and that keeps us in. So he pulled us in with Dave and Amber. And he knew that Amber being married for a lot of people wasn't going to bother them. And he knows that it would for some people. And it's okay for those people to be bothered by Amber still being married and committing adultery. And then there's the other group of people that don't believe it's adultery and that they're fine with it. So he already knows what he's doing. He just pulled us in. And now his hands will be all in that storyline. Because again, that's his flagship storyline. That will be the one. Because Denisha and Anthony, nobody was checking for them. So Anthony just go over by the wayside and he only come up when Wayne calls him or goes to tell him something. But other than that, we don't care about Denisha and Anthony. So he's not, Dave and Amber are someone to occupy his time. And Sandra says Wayne needs to throw the sheep to the big bad wolf. Nope, he's not throwing her out there. And no matter what we think about her, he's not going to let Dan get to her. Because Dan looked like he will hurt her. And he should, but no, he shouldn't. But he looks like he would hurt her. Dolly says Lauren's got Dan's background checks and keep dealing with Dan. Yeah, she does. So again, as I say, I'm not going to say that's what you get, but I will say that's what happens when you don't take heed to the information that you have, that this is a dangerous person. That thing said that Dan is a dangerous person. And now you're seeing the danger. Some of you want Dan to knock David Wayne out. I don't think that's going to happen, Nancy. Remember, this is Wayne's world, not Dan's world. Vanetta says, why Lauren hasn't called the cops, Wayne protecting her and left him outside with Dan? Because Lauren doesn't want to call the cops. She's not going to call. Ooh. There's too many crazy people up there. There's a crazy theme going on in these skits. Real crazy. A trap star says Wayne getting his own trouble. That's what he gets for meddling in everyone else's relationships. In real life, he would have had a man at his doorstep. Of course, men at his doorstep. Yeah, in real life, he would have made that call, and his brothers would have been there right away. Definitely would have been there. We got 35 likes and 33 watching, which it has bumped up. Now we got 42 watching. Angela says, Dan more scared of King than Wayne. Yeah, you see the big difference? King is bigger than Dan. He's larger than Dan. So yeah, Dan is more scared of him. Even Mr. Big, he's larger than Dan. So men, they kind of size each other up on, the size, and then King has muscles. He got some real muscles. Like, yeah, so Dan is kind of scared of him. And Nancy says, I'm glad Lauren to be exposed. But she hasn't been exposed yet. So we're hoping that she gets exposed, but she hasn't been exposed just yet. It's only that this crazy guy thinks she's with him. Wayne don't know anything about anything, and I think if he depends on her to tell, she's going to lie. And if she lies, those lies still will come back to haunt her later on. The trap star says Wayne's writing himself to look strong against Dan and Al. He needs to stay over there. Yeah, he is trying to. He right. I didn't even think about that because the other day he was. Al, yeah. I think Al is a little punk anyway. I think Al, but standing up against Dan, that's something a little bit different. Because Dan looks like he will go there. The way he went there on Lauren and Delicia, I think Dan is more dangerous than Al. Al's a talker. Nancy, we're not entertaining your Amber and Dave too much. She don't want him. She want that man. So Lauren is the biggest scammer ever. We'll go with that one. Nancy Trap Star says if Wayne writes himself back with Amber, they will lose a large amount of fans. Yeah, because we don't want him and Amber together. That's old news, been there, done that, and none of us like the t-shirt. Dolly says, please feel free to hit that like button, to like the like button. And Magnolia says, I don't know Dan better or nor breathe near Amber or Dave will pull up. He don't play about Am Bam. Oh, Dan better not breathe. Yeah. So she called somebody up and get him up right away. Dave does love Amber now, Nancy, because that other thing, I don't know what you was putting out there in the universe. We don't want that. Angela says, Nancy, why you say Amber don't want Dave? Amber said yesterday she loves him so much. That's why I said we're not entertaining that. We don't entertain those thoughts. We're not entertaining those thoughts at all. Keisha said Amber might be available if she doesn't hurry up and get that divorce for Dave. But Dave needs to slow down with that divorce. You told her that you was willing to wait. And you know daggone well a divorce could be a year. If somebody has money, they're gonna drag the divorce out. And that man is dragging the divorce out. So you want her to just walk away and then she could be with you. Are you going to give her a prenup so she don't have to deal with this if you and her don't make it? Are you going to do that? Because the reason why she going through this because her full husband didn't give her a prenup, so he can't just get out of it that easy. And Carla says if Wayne is dreaming about getting Amber back, he better wake up and apologize. Dolly said Dan is Dan, and at this point he doesn't seem to care. He don't. Oh, okay, Nancy. Now that's better. It's like Amber don't want Wayne. Yeah, that was a big typo because I just kind of slid by that real quick. I was like, we're not entertaining something about Amber don't want Dave. Now we're not going to entertain that. To Angela, that was a typo. I was like, yeah, Nancy. Everybody out there, Nancy, what you talking about, Nancy? Vanessa says Amber wants Dave, but she wants Aunt to suffer with the money. We don't want Amber with either Wayne or Mutt Puppy Anthony. Nah, she wants him to suffer, but the thing about it is, as the word says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He can make Anthony suffer much more than you could ever think about, and in ways that Anthony can't even fathom that he would be suffering. Because money may not be it. Who knows? It could be Kai turns out not to be his child or anything. And you can't, orchestrate that. You tried one time and it didn't work. Nancy says Wayne needs karma. Nancy said Wayne does a lot of clickbait. That's those people that upload all the videos. They're not good at putting titles. because they're talking about Lauren goes off on Dan. Lauren didn't go off on Dan. You were just trying to get people to click on that. You could have just said Lauren is at the house and we would have clicked it anyway. Angela says, okay, Nancy, because I know you are Dave and Amber's biggest cheerleaders. Magnolia says, hey, Trap Star, there are still Amber and Wayne fans out there. I'm not sitting through that, so I hope Wayne doesn't try to spin back the blocks. But there are people that want Amber with Wayne. Nancy said, Wayne is a big dummy. And feel free to like that like button, everybody. Dolly said, like the like button. Trap Star says, Angela, right. Wayne needs someone to occupy his time so he stays away from Dave and Amber. Maybe oh girl gonna do it. And he don't have to be bothered with them. But he'll be out there trying to break. Yeah, I don't know. Nancy says, yes, my handle, my eyes can't see. Magnolia's laughing at Carla. And Nancy's saying, Angela, yes, I love some Dave and Amber. Bree says, Meg, I will not be watching if Wayne and Amber get back together. That would be so stupid. Yes. Nancy said, I love some Dan. He's a great actor. Yeah, he is. He's doing his job these last 2 days, and Dan is acting his tail off. Yes. This definitely has to go into his what they call it, his tape, so that people could see, the different emotions that he can bring. Because he's playing a good crazy man now. He's playing it. And Nancy said Wayne is scared. Let's see, Wayne needs to push himself a little more in the acting department, and because he keeps his character in like one mode, he doesn't change. Wayne doesn't stretch himself in acting, and I think he thinks because he doesn't have to. But if you want to be in movies for the long term, you do have to kind of stretch yourself, because a lot of your cast have stretched themselves so that you can see them playing different roles and different type of projects. And Wayne, I don't see him playing different roles just yet, because everything to him is always kind of like a joke. And the great comedians that have played different roles. They play the jokester, but they also play serious roles. And Wayne, you got to get there, buddy. You see, you and Dan could have been going at it, and you could have won us over. And Dolly said, this shows how quickly a person can get caught in the crossfire of someone else's chaotic drama. Yeah. And Nancy says the title is clickbait. Yeah, because that one for Dan and Lauren was definitely clickbait. And Nancy says Wayne need views because this month's views are low. Wonder why. And Dolly said we have 43 watching and 35 likes. So we're up to in the 49 now. So y'all, let's like that like button. It don't cost you nothing. Trapstar says, y'all noticed yesterday they kept running the question on Facebook chat pages, checking out the temperature of Amber and Dave split. Would we still watch? 98% of the fans said no. Team Amber and Team Dave. So that's what they would do. They were doing. See, I don't go to Facebook, so I don't be known. Like, yeah, if you split Dave and Amber up, why are we watching? What we watching for? because the rest of those people are not that interesting. And Vanetta says Amber told Wayne to his face, they will never be. They had their chance in Amber's home, and she asked Wayne what he was doing and to put his clothes on. She's over Aunt. She's over him and Aunt. Yeah, she is. Wayne, that's an understatement, Nancy. He's gonna keep her around for a little while. Magnolia says, right, B, I'd rather Amber be a single mom if she was not going to be with Dave. I hear you. Need somebody to treat the woman right. Angela says, Wayne to call Anthony to come and help him with Dan. That would be so funny. So far, Wayne hasn't called anybody to come help him, which is crazy and wild within itself. Because one of his brothers should have been there by now. And I don't know their names, but one of them should have been there by now. Even Mr. Skip should have been there. Somebody should have been there. Dolly says Wayne got 99 problems and Amber isn't one. That's the truth. Wayne needs security, not DC. Yeah, he does. Especially at the house, though. He definitely needs security at his house. And I'm hoping that in real life he does have security at his house. Tyrone says Delicia needs to stop running to Lauren's rescue after yesterday also. That's her girl. That's her girl. She got to go over there and save her from Big Bad Dan. But she don't want to do nothing to get rid of Dan. So Nancy's like, Dan is a great actor. Yeah, he's doing a good job. I ain't going to say great, but he's definitely doing a good job. He's believable. And Magnolia says, I saw that trap. It's clear the audience wants Amber and Dave. Yeah. Because people are thirsty for a love story in these skits. There are no love stories in the skits at all. And Wayne, I think you could keep a base audience if you give us a love story. It don't have to be problem free, but give us a love story and still have all of the other dysfunctional relationships around them. Let them go through normal relationship issues and keep because everybody else has dysfunction around them. Let the dysfunction surround them and just give us a love story. We're dying for a love story. The movies, the rom-com, those are the most popular ones besides the action movies. So you give us a little rom-com and then give us the action like the Dans and the Genesis and the Libby's. We can deal with that, but we need the rom-com, and the rom-com always comes out it ends at the end. The couple lived happily ever after, and that's what we all want. So let's just give us that, and we will probably follow you forever. Now I'm off my soapbox again, talking to Wayne like he hears me, whoever hears me. Give us some rom-com. We'll be happy with that. That's the format that us ladies like. Now we know the men, they like something different, but you got enough of that mess out there. Lauren's a coward now and had no problem finessing and manipulating Don. Then of course you Nancy says, I'm glad Wayne got a problem. And she says, Wayne will win at the end because he's writing the script. He's the one with the pen, of course. He will always win in the end, but he needs to write himself, not winning sometimes every once in a while also. And Dolly says Dan is acting up something this Sunday. Yeah, Wayne does need to write himself as taking an L. That's not, it doesn't have to be who you are, but you can take an L every once in a while. We're okay with you taking an L. You'll still have an audience. Nancy says they will be calling the police. Yeah. And Vanetta says Amber's doing things different this time. Hey Denise, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're on mainly on Dan, Lauren, and Wayne today. Wayne inserted himself into the drama today. And Bree says, if Dave came on the show dating any other woman, do y'all think he would have the popularity he has now? Probably not. It depends on, I guess it would depend. Because in the beginning, people did not like Dan or Lauren. Because people didn't like either one of them. I still, a lot of people don't care for Lauren, but I think the pairing of Dan and Lauren, both of them being kind of like scammers, think that's what did it for them. That's why they became so popular. And then the fact that they were all conniving and colluding on how to get Iman's money for Delicia. And then Lauren started trying to figure out how to get Wayne's money. That's what kind of everybody's like, oh no, I don't like her because she trying, she was going after Wayne. And she was trying to get Wayne from Tamara. That was another thing. Yeah. So I think all of those things together is what made them to be, they're popular, but people don't like, especially Lauren, because she went in for Honey Pot's man. Nancy said Dan is ruthless and dangerous. Yep, and we knew that. And Trapstar said Dan could have just called them back and told them about Lauren. He had already been in contact with Arby. He's wrong for showing up at Wayne's house. He's wrong, but sometimes you got to go to the source. Because they would have read that message and like really not taking it serious, because Lauren's already lied and said, I'm not dealing with anybody. And, so she's already played her little damsel in distress. So by him coming there, it's a little different. It's more serious. And it's like, well, this man might have some truth to something that's going on when you guys were dealing with each other. But he hasn't told about the scamming yet and what he's done for her. Wayne better open his eyes. Well, Angela says, you want to bet Wayne won't write himself to lose Lauren to Dan? So that would not be a good look, losing to Mr. Crazy. But it would be. Because Lauren's not worth it. That's the thing. She's not worth you trying to hold on to her. And Dolly says, Lauren shook for real now after all she's done to Dan. Yeah. Yeah, Nancy saying Lauren isn't dangerous. And Angela says, no, Bree, he would not. Oh, she's saying, no, he wouldn't be as popular. I don't know if Lauren fought or not, Nancy, but she needs to fight. Alexa said Dwayne is yelling at Lauren on the phone. Yeah, he was. He was like, why I don't hear that motor yet? He's like, pull up now. Renetta said, Miss B, that ain't happening. Denisha is one floor below her Lauren. Dang. Is she a floor below Lauren? I don't know. Lauren may have found her a new scamming partner in Denisha, because Denisha knows the game too. And Denisha just doesn't she hasn't been around the fish that are big enough to get her what she the big gifts. And Lauren's been around a lot of that. So the income level of the men that they have scammed is a little bit different. Said Lauren is scared of Dan. Wouldn't you be, Nancy? Yeah, she is. Like, and she's selfish, that for sure. And Bree says, Angela, and that's why Wayne needs to retire that pen because he doesn't like to lose to anyone, no creativity at all. That is kind of true. He needs to stop writing and just basically let other people do the writing and he just pop in every once in a while and be a dad to your kids. Because we don't need you trying to act. Because, like I said, you're not even in all these years, you haven't challenged yourself in the acting stage either, because you still act the same way. There's no change. Brandy, like they're just complaining about Minton. But you give us good acting with Dan, and Lauren was even acting pretty good the other day. And but you haven't changed. It's like, come on, Wayne, we need more from you. And Nancy says Lauren is not worth all the problems. Because when I'm not paying money to go see somebody that I see on the skits for free, if I'm seeing the same person, I'm not paying money for that. And Magnolia says Delisa can stand up to Dan, but okay, scared to step publicly with Iman because it's different. She's standing up to one man, and she also knows that that man is not going to put his hands on her. And what he thinks about her, she doesn't really care. What the public thinks about her, she cares about that. And they won't put a hand on either. They'll be putting them pins on her in them comments on those websites. Vanessa said, Miss B, that makes Dan dangerous. He is dangerous now. Trapstar says, I think you're right, Miss B. Lauren doesn't want to call the police on Dan. I don't know why, but is she working with them or something? Because he should have been locked up by now. She around there looking funny. And Nancy said, Wayne needs to dump Lauren. Well, that's what we all think. It's time for her to go. Magnolia said, Miss D, I think T, the realtor, will be the road to get the properties replacements. You think? Now, if she comes on the scene, she'll be on Wayne's roster. If Dave introduced her to Wayne, she's gonna be on the roster most definitely. Cause she's a pretty woman. She would definitely, and Wayne likes going behind his business partners anyway. He don't care. And Nancy says Wayne is protecting his scammer. Trapstar says Magnolia, exactly. Delisa is not afraid of Dan, but she's afraid to step out with Iman It makes no sense. And we had 40 watching and 35 likes. And then Nancy saying Dan is nuts. Saying Wayne is scared. Magnolia says, I can't stand Delicia Trap Star. I didn't buy the wolf ticket she was selling yesterday. What I want to know is what happened to her cousin, the hookup from her cousin to come to Atlanta and talk to Dan. Like where they at? They could have been. They should have been there by now. Trapstar says Nancy Wayne is definitely dumping Lauren. He didn't want her anyway, so this will be the perfect excuse. He already gotten tired of her, especially when she started asking for money and purses. Ooh, Wayne will be like, I can't have this stuff around my kids. You gonna have to go. You ain't cooking enough, no daggone way. And Magnolia gonna say, yep, I told you we weren't in a relationship. We was just in the situationship. And it's not working. Magnolia said, I see Buddy and Shayla getting back together, which means lobster roll is for free for Wayne. You think Buddy and Shayla gonna get back together? If Buddy and Shayla get back together, some people will watch it, some people won't because they don't like Shayla. But I could see I could see their relationship going through a whole bunch of toxicity. So, like I said, give us the rom-com with Amber and Dave, and then make everybody else have toxic relationships as you normally do, and we'll be fine because Shayla and Buddy would definitely be toxic. And people would be happy with that because they would be each other's karma. And Dolly said Dan knows all of Lauren's locations and Delicia's too. Yeah, because he's been following them. He's been following her. And Trapstar says the gate is for driving up. Amber and Dave's new home is in a nicer neighborhood. He admitted it to Anthony. Yeah. Dolly says, right, Miss B, they never tell what they really should tell. No, because he does not. He don't make them tell the real stuff that people want to know. 10 jewels from Magnolia. Thank you, Magnolia. I appreciate it. Trapstar says, I hope none of the kids come out. I don't like seeing kids involved with this kind of stuff. I'm hoping that they're not at his house. And Nancy says Lauren is a scammer. Yep, we all know that part. Dolly said, I agree, Trapstar. Lauren brought this on herself. And Dolly says Lauren kept accepting them gifts from Dan, draining his funds. Yes, he did. She did. 43 watching, 39 likes. Trapstar says they had to give us dance skits because the fans were complaining the last month for them. Dan didn't disappoint. No, he did not. Everybody was calling, where's Dan? Where's Dan? So y'all got 2 days worth of Dan. After today, Dan is done. Dan goes back to Miami and we might not even see Dan again. Dolly says, remember Dan did ask Lauren about asking Wayne about a favor when she was in Miami. Yeah, you know something? I thought about that. Now I didn't think about it. I forgot about it. That he was trying to get Lauren to ask Wayne for some money for some kind of investment for him. So I don't know. They might be working together to try to scam old Wayne. I would love to see that. I think we all would love to see somebody plotting on Wayne and scamming. And Wayne, you have to let them be successful. Vanetta says that would be a creative plot twist. Yeah, I hope so. We need something creative. Trapstar said, I'd call the police so fast, no way he'd still be at my house where my kids live. 39 likes, 36 watching. Vanetta says Fulton probably. Yeah, I don't know which county Wayne is in, but get him in Fulton. Don't nobody want to go to Fulton County Jail. So if it's Fulton County, like I'm gonna call Fulton County because the one thing about the Atlanta police, if they come to your house, somebody going to jail. And that is a trip. I know that just from watching the court processes and the arraignments. If they go to your house, you call the police, you call Atlanta PD, somebody is going to jail. They're taking somebody away. They don't care who they take. They're going to figure it out. Somebody is going to jail. So I guess they said they're not using their resources and they're not getting somebody in jail. That's why jail overcrowded. And Dolly said the snakeskin dress is slithering behind Wayne, pretending she's scared. Well, that snakeskin, they do that because she is a snake, and we know she's not going to be truthful. And Dolly saying, please feel free to like. Oh, Dolly, yeah, it is Dan's element, isn't it? Because he's doing good. He's doing good. Hey, Auntie. So Janie, my aunt, is saying hey to the hey niece. And Dolly saying Lauren seems to get a high off of this kind of drama. Well, like I said, she likes it. She likes it, but she's one of those women who thrive on that kind of stuff. And I guess you have to, in order to be good at scamming people, you have to kind of thrive on that type of drama. Because other than that, you wouldn't be able to take it. I know I wouldn't. I was like, I couldn't be out there worrying about somebody catching me. And Dolly said 39 likes and 40 watching. You're doing good. Nancy said Wayne needs karma. Well, do we? Oh, Jamie saying when he needs to hire DC back. Yeah, he need DC plus a squad car out there, off-duty police or something, because DC wouldn't have a. I don't think DC. He's just maybe a personal bodyguard because he can't carry because I think he has a felony or something. So I don't think he could even carry. But he needs somebody around him, and I'm sure he has that for real. That can carry a real security detail because he's too big not to. And you live in Atlanta in your house. I don't know if it's in a gated community and there's no gate at the house. It could be in a gated community. But then how would Dan get into the gated community? Dolly says, I agree, Angela. However, we know Wayne won't leave Amber and Dave alone. Oh, definitely, we know that. And Dolly says, DC over there about to crash out about Rosie. If DC and Rosie don't go, so I think DC back at he's doing security work for other people now. As he needed to be doing something. That barbershop didn't make it. Dolly says Wayne had to create another flagship after Amber and Anthony lost viewers' interest. They lost viewers' interest, Wayne, because of you, because you don't know how to close out storyline. They lost it, and you didn't close it quick enough to keep people's interest with the divorce. It's like we've been going through a divorce for a year. We was in a bad marriage for 3 years. Like, come on, Wayne. That's why people lost interest. You can't drag this stuff out that long. Really, we can't drag it out. People tired. Carla, thanks for the 10 jewels. 42 likes and 39 watching. Thanks, Dolly. Dolly says, hit that like button. And thanks for the likes. Dolly says, if Wayne writes himself with Amber, I'm not watching. Don't nobody want Wayne and Amber together. I take it. Oh, Lord, y'all give Wayne some woman that he can settle down with. And Dolly says it's going to take a miracle for Wayne to get Amber back because the viewers don't want to see it. No, they don't. We like Amber and Dave. Now we can spice Dave up just a little bit, which y'all already doing, but we don't need to have them overboard. Like I said, we need a rom-com, Wayne. If your people are listening, we need rom-com romance on Amber and Dave. Yeah, they're gonna have some problems. They might even have a little quick breakup, or a little, well, they can't break up because they're living together. But you know, they can have some conflict. But we need them to be the flagship romantic couple. And then for the rest of these couples, have at it. You already got their lives messed up anyway. In Nature, hey Nature, thanks for stopping by. Well, I appreciate it. It's almost 2 o'clock. I think I might be. I showed some videos, so I'm behind today. And Dolly said for it was 45 and 45. Yolanda, hey Yolanda Sanders, afternoon. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, Dolly said divine vengeance is greater than human vengeance. And that is the truth. So, Amber, stop worrying. Stop trying to get your vengeance because God said he got it. So, let him deal with Anthony. And Nature says this opportunity has arisen where Dan can truly expose Lauren to Wayne, tell him why he's so upset at Lauren, and tell him how she's only there for money. Of course, Wayne already know this, but I don't think he knows the extent, Nature, and we discussed that earlier and said, you know what? They never tell what they're supposed to tell. They never tell the real story. Magnolia says, let Amber try to leave Dave. He will be stalking her. She's not getting away. So Dave will turn into Dan and start following Amber around. Dolly speaking to Nature and Yolanda. Yolanda says she's teamed Amber and Dave. And then Nature says Lauren's days are ticking with Wayne. He doesn't want that type of drama. And it's a learning lesson for Wayne to be dealing with men that he may not know well or see other men. Yeah, we said that too. It's like, yeah, this is definitely a learning lesson where don't take them to your house. Like you have to keep them away from your home where your kids are. Because see, the other women, you kind of knew them through your other business associates or whatever, so you knew it wasn't so bad. These people, right, Lauren, you don't know her, so you really should never take them to your house. It's just like a woman, you don't take some man off the street to your house where your family lives at. And Carla says, Magnolia, you're right. Dave will be a version of Dan if Amber tried to leave. You're wrong. Sandra said everyone thinks Wayne will dump Lauren because of this. So don't be surprised if he doesn't. He might look at her as a victim of an abusive relationship. He might. And again, I'm not gonna say that would I wouldn't say the other thing. I would say that's what could happen. And she gets, and then he looks at her as a victim and she will turn him into a victim. That's what would happen. Yolanda says they need to call the police and then Wayne needs to dump Lauren. Y'all going on Wayne dump Lauren and he's not going to dump Lauren. I just believe that's not going to happen. She's going to live to see several more days and she's going to scam Wayne. And nature says Dan to hold on to women just playing him. Granted, Dan is wilding, but emotions are there. Lauren was taking advantage of him, and the story is to be careful of using anyone, especially emotions involved. Yeah, it's definitely you don't play with people and their money like that, where you thinking that's a dangerous game, and she knows that's a dangerous game. And Dolly says, Dan, Genesis, Uli are all acting up something today. Don't forget Libby. She's just not there today. But Libby is the queen. I'd say Libby is the queen of crazy. Vanetta says, definitely Team Amber and Dave with their own baby. That would be nice. That would be cute. For Amber to have a baby and then people to be jealous. And what, Shayla gonna go get her baby right quick if Amber get pregnant? Shayla gonna get her baby too? That would be funny though. It's like if Amber gets pregnant, then Shayla's gonna get pregnant. Amber get married, Shayla will get married. And they'll keep going back and forth doing that forever. Nature says, I do think that Lauren cares about Dan. She could have been locked him up. I caught a glimpse of her softening when he expressed how he loved her and won't find another one. It's strange. And I had said that also. I was like, I think maybe Lauren has never had anybody that kind of actually cares for her like that. And then is expressing a love for her that maybe she's missing because she's missing something that causes her to feel to be as cold toward people as she is. There's something missing there that's why she acts the way she acts. And I don't know between her and Dan what it is, because I think, and sometimes she thinks that she could talk Dan down, which she can't, because he's almost just gone. He hasn't left yet, but he's almost there. Magnolia says Dave told her these dating streets are nasty and he can't find another Amber like that, Carl. That's what Dan said. Dan said these dating streets are nasty and you're not gonna find another man like me that wanna be with you. Magnolia said Genesis is off her meds because she's pregnant. And what's her name? Tamika, Dom's mom, she's off her meds. because they got her doing some daggone holistic stuff. And I can see she's about getting ready to go. And Genesis, okay. Dolly says Lauren's a master of lying by omission. She's a master manipulator. That she is. Nature says Wayne's keep doing these stories. He will get. He said he will get better. Wayne may be used to writing and producing behind the scenes. Dan is a summer thriller. Yeah, but Wayne, I just say Wayne needs to step up his own acting ability because he doesn't show us a different side of him in acting. We see the same Wayne that we've seen from the beginning. We need to see something different in Wayne. They sure enough flipped Dan from somebody who could seem like he could barely act to somebody now that's just like tearing up this role. And Magnolia say, yes, Miss B, there are fans who still love their chemistry. Go figure. Yeah. Whew. What chemistry? It's forced now. It is forced. Vanetta says a lot of us won't watch if Wayne breaks up Amber and Dave. No. And he knows that. Think they know that they can't break up Amber and Dave. It was just like in the beginning, Amber and Anthony, but he carried it out too long, and then he didn't straighten Anthony up. He didn't put Anthony in a position that he deserved to be with Amber or any woman for that matter. Because he could have just let Anthony stay with Shayla and dealt with it that way. But people didn't like Shayla at the time, so he had to try to bring Shayla's character up. And in turn, he let the Amber Anthony thing, he let it go too long. We don't need that with Dave and Amber. And Wayne, make sure you learned your lesson and get this divorce done. Get Dave and Amber married. We need the whole wedding and, we need the fairy tale. And then the rest of them people you can play with. We don't care. Play with them all. Nature says those skits were good yesterday of Dan. Yeah, they were. And so I agree, Miss B. If they split Amber and Dave, there's nothing to watch. No, because then it becomes all crazy. And who wants to watch all the crazies? And Bree says, yes, Trap, I think they are checking the temperature to see how we feel about Amber and Dave splitting. They must be thinking about breaking them up. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're not trying to do that. Are they doing that because maybe Dave or Amber has an obligation that may take them away from the skits? And they're trying to convince them to stay? I wonder. So 50 likes and 46 were watching. Magnolia, Carla says, Magnolia, I love the skits with Dave and Amber when Amber tried to leave because Dave said about Melissa, and he said, no, girl, you think you're a track star. I know that's right. Like, you ain't running. Yeah, Vanetta, he definitely has to diversify his acting because you can see that growth in acting in a lot of the other actors, but not in Wayne's. Like he needs to step it up. We need better from you because anybody going to the movies to watch you be the same Wayne. Dolly says thanks for joining and liking Miss B's review. Thank you guys. Now I'm gonna try to get through all of these. Oh yeah, I'm way behind. Yeah, that's at 1:30. So what I'm gonna try to do is after 2. So I'm gonna skip a bunch. I am sorry. Oh, okay. So somebody said Wayne called the cavalry. All his brothers are there. I was waiting for the boys to get there. Okay, there they. Oh, now they showing Wayne with his fist up. Like, yeah, your fist gonna be up now because you got your 3 brothers there. So all of Wayne's brothers pop up ready for Dan. Of course they would. I'm trying to figure out why it took them so long. I know they all within that area. Okay. It's a write off T somebody and Arby. Yeah, all 3 of them there. I can never think of write off's name. Oh, his name is Tay. Okay. So this time where called Tay and write off. All right. Let's see. I'm glad I'm pushing on because that was all 30 something minutes ago. So I'm behind. Hey Tina, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I'm getting ready to stop. I'm just who is you saying? Is that Lauren pacing back and forth trying to come up with a lie? All right, let me see. I'm gonna try to go to 2 o'clock. That puts me 10 minutes back, and I might be able to finish before 2:30. Okay. So yeah, Magnolia says, I agree. Nature, seeing how compatible Dave and Amber are, they could never go back to the Daltons. That is true. Nature says, we need to learn about Lauren's backstory. She will tell Wayne what happened to her, although all these years she has been a victim before. She had to be. Dolly says Lauren's going to lie by omission to Wayne again until more truths come out. That she will. She lies. Nature says if a man would have shown up with Delicia yesterday to Lauren's place, that would have been interesting. Dan would have met Iman, and Dan could go back and talk to King about Iman. Could be. And Magnolia, all these comments are in the skits about Amber getting pregnant or having baby feels like foreshadowing. Dolly says just for a laugh, the way Uli's wig was floating in that pool was funny. Yes, it was. It was like your wig gone, girl. And Nature says Dan needs counseling, so does Lauren. Dolly was saying it said that Genesis can't take her meds due to pregnancy. And Nature says sometimes women can't find love in a person like Dan. Dan is broken too because he doesn't protect his boundaries for himself at risk for love. Maybe he has loved a woman who hurt him and he's got a story. He does. Dan definitely, because basically his sister alluded to that stuff that's he gets too involved with the women. He falls too quick. He's a one that falls very quick with women. Nature says, I agree with you, Miss B. We need to see level of acting capabilities. Yeah, we do, Wayne. You need to step it up. Dolly says we need to line Dan, Dom, Genesis, Kendrick, Libby, Tamika, Terry, and Uli, and take them to council. They need a group session. We just need to get. They need to be in the group session. Oh Lord, Nature says I don't know Dan, and if he did acting outside of the skits, he's a natural. I don't know him either, but I know it seems like when he first started, he wasn't that it wasn't that great. But now it's like whatever he's done, he stepped into this part of the role, most definitely. Nature, I saw Dan's Facebook page and he travels a lot. Because I was thinking the way he's built and everything, like he's a former athlete, maybe a former football player or something. Nature says, Dolly, thank you for sharing this. I wonder why he wasn't present in more skits. Dolly says, thank Ms. Bay for chatting with us and thank everybody for joining. I'm almost done. Thank you guys for the likes and the watches. Thank you guys for joining me on the weekend. So, like I said yesterday, I will be out of town the next 2 Saturdays, the 29th and I'll be out of town on the 29th and then I'll end the 5th. So, yeah, the 29th and the 5th. I don't know if I'm going to make it back home in time for the 6th for that Sundays. So that means I won't be here on the 30th and the 6th either. So I won't be back online with the live until the 12th, September 12th. Because it's I know I'll be traveling back that Sunday. So I just want to make sure you guys know it's going to be canceled. I'm going to miss you guys, but I'll try to give you all, just a little quick hello and thank you. I will, Dolly. Thank you. Thank you for holding it down for me always. And Lioness, thank you. Said I enjoy my day and my vacation. I shall. Thank you guys. And I will talk to you later. And y'all stay out here in these YouTube streets and let's see what what happens to Wayne. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time.